Not so long ago, I probably would have said, let me show you how I created these images using off-camera flash, but not today. Today, I will tell you, let me show you how I created these images using off-camera lighting. So hi everyone, this is Jiggie, a portrait and wedding photographer from the Philippines, and welcome to the channel. So before anything else, if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel and would want to learn more about off-camera lighting and maybe just photography in general, then this channel is for you. So you might want to consider subscribing, and while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to see some of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. So in this video, I am once again taking you behind the scenes during an actual wedding and show you how I lit and shot the images that I showed you in my intro. However, today's video is very different because I am not going to be talking about off-camera flash, but rather I really thought this was impossible before, but now I think the technology is there that we can use continuous light for outdoor lighting. So in today's video, you will see me using this one a lot. This is the Nanlite PavoTube 30X. Beautiful light. It's 30 watts. It's bicolor. Actually, it's not bicolor. It's an RGB light that you could actually change the color temperature from red, green, and blue and anything in between. But I normally just use this as 5600 Kelvin or the bicolor version to make it warmer so that I can match my existing ambient light. But aside from this light, I also use this one. This is the Nanlite Forza 60. This one is basically a 60 watt continuous light that's battery operated. This is battery operated too. And never did I imagine that I could actually use this outdoor. I just wanted to see if I could, and yes, it could. But the thing is, the principle behind the shoot now is that you're not really supposed to overpower the existing ambient light. This type of light is perfect for situations where you get beautiful light, however you want more direction. So let me show you guys what I mean by showing you some of the photos and how I shot them. So in this layout, you could immediately see that I used my PavoTube 30X right here. And the reason I had it composed this way is because if you guys are familiar with the channel, you know that I have to shoot. Not that I want to, but I always have to shoot the angle of the bride that she prefers, because I've said numerous times that even if you get a beautiful image and you shoot the off angle of the subject that you're shooting, they're never gonna like it. So this composition was based on the fact that she would be facing this way because this is the angle she likes. And I also like lighting from the short side, which is why I had my light coming from here. And this is the output of that particular scene. Yes, a lot of work, but you could see that the light outside wasn't necessarily dark. However, it wasn't really absolutely bright, but there are instances that I was able to use that in the following images. So from here, I then proceeded to have, again, the 30X right here to give me more or less directional light towards her face. And this is the final output of that one. I was able to get decent reflection because I had light shining on her, which made her a tad bit brighter than the existing ambient light. So therefore, I could actually underexpose the ambient light even if I was just using continuous light. So in these two images that I showed you, obviously we were in a shaded area, so it really had no problems overpowering the existing ambient light. However, in this next scene, you could see that I brought her outdoor and I still used this 30X to overpower the existing ambient light. However, I had it very close to her. Since this form factor is so thin, I could have it as close as I want to the subject's face and still be able to easily remove it in post-production, in which case I did here in the final image. You could see from here, look at how much greens I was able to bring out just because I was able to put in another light source that's a tad bit stronger than that of my existing ambient light, which now allows me to focus by light and having my subject as the brightest part of the image. Now in this layout, the existing ambient light got a bit stronger, and that's why I brought in now the Forza 60B. This Forza 60B is easily powered by two NPF 960 batteries, and it can give you the full 60 watts. And I had it modified using the Nanlite Lantern 60, which is one of my favorite modifiers, which you can actually see right here because it just gives beautiful omnidirectional light, but very, very soft light. So I combined both lights to create this image. After which I started shooting indoor. You could see there's so many light leaks from here, from here. I could have easily closed it, but there was still a lot of light leaking. So therefore I needed to overpower my existing ambient light. And I used this one again, the Forza 60B, again with the same diffuser, the Lantern 60, and I had it very, very, very close to the subject, as close as I could get it, because number one, I wanted to bring in the inverse square law, because by bringing the inverse square law, you have your light super close to the subject, the fall off will be so drastic, therefore creating an image like this. Now, still being indoor, I decided to bring this light outdoor. And this time, I removed the modifier and I just had it bare bulb. I closed the blinds, or I closed the curtains, and I had the light right outside of the curtain, which allowed me to create this image. And now in the last layout, I brought out another pavo tube like this one, the 30X, because I ran out of battery for this Forza 60. So that's the light that I used, you could see right here, to create this image. So you can see, even by using continuous light, you can get a good directionality of light. In all the images that I showed you, the most important thing for me was not really remove all existing ambient light, but make this continuous light work in tandem to my existing ambient light. And all I wanted to do was really have that a little bit of light on their faces so that everything is just focused on them. So that's how I do my lighting, and I never really thought that I could do it with continuous light, and I just love it so much because it made my workflow so much faster. And at the same time, while I was shooting, my assistant photographers were also shooting, and we could all get the same images with the same beautiful light. So if you guys have any questions with regards to this video, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel. And while you're at it, click that notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Now, if you want to see more of my images, you could always find me on Instagram. It's at Jiggie Alejandrino. Okay, till the next video.